Have you ever been in this situation? Someone says something that sounds completely normal. Something like, yeah, whatever you want. Harmless, right? But somehow, your brain immediately launches a full-scale federal investigation. What does whatever you want mean? Do they actually agree? Are they disappointed? Is this the emotional prequel to the cold, slow collapse of the entire relationship? And then, instead of asking, you go quiet. You do not argue. You do not cry. You do not explain. You just shut down, as if someone quietly unplugged the entire language system inside your body. From the outside, people might think, wow, they're so cold. Some may even say, silent treatment is manipulation. But hold on. Everyone assumes that people go silent when they are hurt because they do not want to talk. But the truth is, many of them have so much to say that they do not know which sentence can safely come first. Today, we are going to unpack why some people become silent when they are hurt, and why that silence is not always emptiness, but a very loud room inside.
And to understand that very loud room inside, we need to begin with something simple, but often misunderstood. Silence is not always no reaction. Sometimes silence is the strongest reaction the body is capable of producing. In psychology, when a person feels emotionally threatened, we often talk about two familiar responses, fight or flight. But there is another response, quieter and much harder to notice, freeze. You are still sitting there. You can still hear everything. You still understand what the other person is saying. But inside, your nervous system has pressed the emergency button. Your heart may beat faster, your chest may feel heavier, your throat may tighten, and your brain suddenly loses access to the part responsible for speaking clearly and calmly. To make it more everyday, in that moment, your brain is like a laptop with 47 tabs open. 12 of them are playing music, 5 are showing error messages, and one mysterious tab refuses to close. Its title is, "Did I just do something wrong?" So when someone asks, "Why aren't you saying anything?" the honest answer might be, "Because I'm still waiting for my brain to finish loading." And here is the important part. Many people were not born silent when they were hurt. A child who feels pain usually cries, shouts, runs toward an adult, or says very directly, "That hurt. I'm scared. I don't like that." But if, over time, expressing pain led to being scolded, dismissed, mocked, abandoned, or having their feelings used against them, that child learns a very deep lesson. Speaking up is not safe. And when that child grows up, the lesson does not simply disappear. It just learns to wear adult clothes. Instead of crying, they say, "I'm fine." Instead of asking, "Do you still care about me?" they leave the message on read and put the phone down. Instead of saying, "That sentence hurt me," they give a small smile and stay quiet for the rest of the night.
Everyone thinks silence is empty, but inside a silent person, there may be a very intense internal meeting happening. One part says, "Say something. If you don't, no one will understand." Another part says, "Don't say anything. They'll say you're too sensitive." Another part interrupts, "Maybe you're the one who's wrong." And somewhere in the back, a very hardworking committee is drafting 18 different versions of a response, then deleting all of them because every sentence feels like it could make things worse. If you have ever felt this way, comment number 1, not to label yourself as having a problem, but to remind yourself that many people have been stuck in this kind of silence too. The first sign is that your words lock up exactly when you need them most. You know you are sad. You know you are not okay. But when you open your mouth, all that comes out is, "Yeah, nothing. It's fine. Forget it." Your emotions are the length of a novel, but your words are the length of a parking receipt. And the painful part is this: the other person may think you have nothing to say, while the truth is, you have too much that you cannot yet say out loud. The second sign is that after something painful happens, you replay every detail. A sentence, a look, a pause, even an emoji that feels slightly less warm than usual. You become the post-production editor of your own pain, replaying the footage again and again, asking, Where did I go wrong? When did their tone change? At what exact moment did everything start to feel off? This kind of reflection can help you understand the situation, but when it goes on for too long, it stops being insight and turns into self-punishment.
The third sign is that you are afraid your words will hurt the other person. It sounds strange, but many people stay silent not because they do not care about the relationship, but because they care too much. They are afraid that one sentence spoken from pain will become a wound. They are afraid that a temporary emotion will create permanent damage. So they step back. They hold it in. They try to process it first. Sometimes that is maturity. But if they never return to the conversation, it slowly becomes distance. The fourth sign is that you apologize even when you are hurt too. You say sorry not necessarily because you believe everything is your fault, but because the heaviness in the room feels unbearable. You want things to calm down. You want the other person to stay. You want the tension to end. But every time you swallow your pain in exchange for peace, you teach yourself that your feelings matter less than keeping the atmosphere comfortable. The fifth sign is that the more someone pressures you to talk, the more you want to disappear. When someone pushes you with, "Say something, what's wrong with you? Just be honest. Why are you always like this?" Your nervous system may not experience that as communication. It experiences it as interrogation. And a person who is frozen cannot be pulled back by pressure. They need safety first. The words come back later. So what is the solution? The solution is not to force yourself to suddenly speak immediately, perfectly, like a TED speaker standing under beautiful stage lights. No, healing does not mean turning yourself into a different person. Healing means giving yourself more choices.
The first choice is to name your state. You can say something short. I'm overwhelmed. I'm hurt, but I can't explain it clearly yet. I need a little time. One sentence like that is already very different from complete silence, because it tells the other person, I have not left the conversation. I am just trying to calm my system down. The second choice is to separate the event from the interpretation. The event is, they replied 3 hours later. The interpretation is, they don't care about me anymore. The event is, their voice sounded lower. The interpretation is, they look down on me. When the brain is hurt, it loves writing tragic movies, and somehow it becomes the director, the screenwriter, and the lead actor all at once. Your job is to gently ask, how sure am I that this story is true? The third choice is to use a boundary sentence. For example, I want to talk about this respectfully, but I'm not calm enough right now. Please give me 30 minutes and I'll come back. That sentence is powerful. It does not attack. It does not disappear. It does not swallow the emotion. It simply says, I need a pause so I do not hurt both of us. The fourth choice is to bring your body back to the present. Inhale for 4 counts. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6. Repeat that a few times. Then look around and name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, and 3 sounds you can hear. It sounds simple, but when your nervous system is in alarm mode, simple things can become the anchor that brings you back. And the final choice is to time box your analysis. Give yourself 10 minutes to write everything down. What exactly hurt me? Do I need to be understood? Do I need an apology? Do I need to be heard? Or do I simply need space? After 10 minutes, choose one small action. Drink water, take a walk, send a short signal message, or write down what you want to say before saying it out loud. If this solution part is helpful for you, comment number 2 as a reminder. I do not have to stay silent forever. I only need to learn how to speak in a safer way.
And maybe the most important thing is not forcing yourself to speak immediately, perfectly, in every painful moment. The most important thing is realizing this. Your silence once had a reason. It may have been your shelter, your armor, the only way you knew how to protect yourself when no one else knew how to protect you. But armor worn for too long can also make it hard to breathe. You are not broken because you go silent when you are hurt. Maybe you simply got used to holding your sadness alone in the dark, instead of bringing it into the light safely. Healing is not about destroying your silence completely. It is about turning it from a wall into a door, closed when you need to calm down, open when it is safe to be understood. If this video spoke to you, subscribe to the channel for more conversations on psychology, healing, and everyday emotional life. I am Lumi, and I'm here to share, listen, and connect with those who are exhausted from being strong alone for too long.